So what you think when you're on the streets? I don't want to be close to all these evidence. You're in a community in a paradise. You got pop, them and some big trees, and then on them knees, and I beg me please. Take a party speed, watch it a release. It's a naive, when believe. My God, I'm pushing.
The two greatest dancehall movements to ever forward in a dancehall, one was the Alliance movement run by Bounty Killer and the Portmore Empire run by Vybz Kartel. Alliance movement was the blueprint and the Portmore Empire followed suit. These two movements was very successful in busing artists, but the business transition from Alliance to Portmore Empire, who was clearly running dancehall, but what really caused their demise? Bless up, and welcome back to Entourage Dancehall Review. If you are new via here, please consider subscribing. Turn on your post notification bell so whenever I make a new upload, you can be the first to be notified. In this one, I'm going to talk about the Dancehall Movement Alliance. When they first found on the scene, took over dancehall. Vybz Kartel, who was a part of the Alliance crew, left the Alliance and joined up with the Portmore Empire. And after a while, them take over fully as the group or the crew where I run dancehall. But as successful as they were, there were signs that this empire will fall from grace. From the inception of dancehall and sound system culture, there's always been a crew of DJs associated with a sound system. And these individuals would normally pack their bags for a few days and ride on the back of the trucks that would carry the sound system to various events. When the business started to transition to more song recording, these same individuals became recording artists, and the record labels had a similar setup where they would have signed and unsigned artists in their crew. This was where you'd have find most of the crew members singing upon the same rhythm and produced by the resident record label, but was not limited to other members from other crew joining upon the rhythm. So nobody never bar. So no matter if you're the other crew there, you could have still forward and come sing upon the rhythm. So the sound system or the record label had direct responsibility for the crew, but their movements were not limited or restricted to who they could record for, only if an artist was signed, whereas the producers would get a signed approval, which would also amounted to monetary gain for everybody. So everybody would have basically eat a food, no matter which camp you're forward from. In 2003, Rodney Basil Price, aka Bounty Killer, formed the Alliance movement, and this was the first time an artist would be the one in charge of a crew. But these were unsigned artists who sparred together as a team, booked on stage show as a team, recorded on various rhythms as a team, and broke bread together as a team. In no time, the Alliance had taken over most of dancehall share, and most people had gravitated to the movement because most of their favorite artists was often at the same stage show events, and this was very attractive and lucrative to the Alliance members and also to the promoters.
So what you think when you're on the streets? I don't want to be close to all these evidence. You're in a community in a paradise. You got pop, them and some big trees, and then on them knees, and I beg me please. Take a party speed, watch it a release. It's a naive, when believe. My God, I'm pushing. Look, yeah. and get powered by bitches. Over to town food, we not to die. What the church on the road, we not to die. After that, I don't think I can to die. Because if you run down, can we not to that? One of the things nasty, call me not to that. Run down for nasty.
So the Alliance movement was the dominant force in dancehall, and Vybz Kartel, who was a part of the Alliance crew, decided to leave after a few years because of a conflict he had with the Alliance boss, Bounty Killer. At the time, Vybz Kartel was entering uncharted territory as being on his own, because since Vybz Kartel bust him the underneath Bounty Killer wings and he never explored, he never got there on his own. But he decided to gut it out and join up with some of his friends in Portmore, mainly Deverbrat, who basically had a crew in place. So Deverbrat at one point was watching an Alliance performance with Bounty Killer and the crew, and he started to brainstorm to see what name he could have come up with to rival the Alliance, which was the hottest topic or the hottest movement in dancehall. And that's when he came up with the name Portmore Empire. So it was Deverbrat and Vybz Kartel at the helm, and the Portmore Empire was slowly making moves in dancehall. So Vybz Kartel derived a strategy where whenever he was booked on a show to perform, he would showcase the Portmore Empire so they could start to get some recognition, because his vision was to see them rival the Alliance for the top spot in dancehall. But the Portmore Empire, they had a different strategy because they were brutal. And according to the founding member, Deverbrat, he said, "We beat selectors for not playing our music, and anybody gets in our way, it will be a problem."
Yeah, and during the time when me and him apart, yeah, like how we go dance and so, and some stage shows and so. If anybody do anything will upset us, like now play with song them or whatever, you don't know them get a beating. Right. See? And that was to make Portmore, and that was to make people know say your Portmore Empire is not a joking thing. See? AKA Gaza. It's not a joking thing. We need the business, we need the money, we need the fame, we need the promotion, we need everything, yeah?
so their tactic was much different from that of the Alliance. And rumors started to go around the dancehall space that Portmore Empire is using this strong arm tactic, which it probably did intimidate a lot of selectors, radio disc jockey, and producers. So one of the first well-known selectors to be beaten was Bembe selector known as Jigsy, who vowed not to play another Vybz Kartel song after he was beaten. Another popular selector named Boom Boom was beaten badly till he was unconscious for not playing a Black Rhino song, a member of the Portmore Empire. Deva Brat, the founding member, got locked up for carnal abuse, and Vybz Kartel not only took over the Portmore Empire fully, but publicly kicked Deva Brat from the crew. After Deva Brat returned from jail, Kartel's entourage attacked Deva Brat at an event at Back Road in Portmore, bust his head, pop off him chain after Kartel had sent a message to Deva. This was a party where Deva Brat and Kartel was at. And the selector big up Kartel, selector big up Deva Brat. And Kartel said if we go get Deva, and Deva refused to go and send back with the entourage member to tell Kartel say they go send for him mama.
Him saying, come call me.
Mm-hmm.
Me tell him say, yo, me tell him my name will come to me. I say, yo, Vybz Kartel call him. I say, tell him say go call him mother. So them go back to him and tell him. And then me see the bunch of them run come over or walk come over. And them a drag me go to him.
Mm-hmm.
So true, me no want no video like catch me I get beat up or I get pulled. Me push them way and run go downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
When me run go downstairs, then bust a one buckle in my head.
So Deva Brat being the founding member of Portmore Empire and know how the thing go and know say more likely to get beaten. The man them attack him, grab him, so him try him best to release from them, run downstairs, them chase him across the street. That's when he run in for cover, and a little bit after he was rescued by the police. Portmore Empire had also started to use another moniker called Gaza, and producer Not Nice and Vybz Kartel had linked up and made a number of hits together. But Kartel and Not Nice had a misunderstanding where Kartel's entourage forward and took away Not Nice equipment, which would include his laptop and personal belongings. Kartel had promised Not Nice that he would have gotten back his equipment, and Not Nice even recorded on more than one occasion for Vybz Kartel, but he didn't get back his equipment, and Not Nice decided to cut his losses and severed ties with Vybz Kartel and the Portmore Empire. But the Portmore Empire was still the dominant force in dancehall, but this will slowly start to dwindle, especially when there were rumors in the camp that Vybz Kartel were ordering beatings for some of the artists, whether male or female. And Gaza Kim was no exception, where she spoke about being beaten by strong-arm men from Kartel's entourage.
Now, what started this verbal part of this incident? What started the argument?
Well, I don't know. I was told that I informed on by Kartel, and to tell the truth, I don't know what I informed about.
You were told?
I was told to come to the studio 9 o'clock sharp, and on the day that the incident happened. And I went up there because I was prepared to do music because I didn't know what to expect on that day, but I was prepared to do music. And about 1 o'clock, me and my brother sat down. I was there and I just started to get beaten, and I don't know why and why.
And this was at the studio?
Yes, and from that day I don't go back to the studio.
Now, do you know your attackers?
Yes, I know all of them.
How many of them were there?
There was 4 of them.
Were any of them artists?
Artists, no, none of them were artists.
Only one was an artist?
None of them were artists.
None of them were artists. So no one who hit you was an artist?
None of them.
Okay. Now, it was also alleged in the press and in the paper that this attack that was dictated to you was done by order of an alleged artist. Do you know, or can you tell me if there's any truth to that rumor?
I don't know I don't know. Really and truly, I don't know.
All you know is that you were called and you were told you informed on cartel. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you
But
were
when I was called, I wasn't told that I'm going to be
beaten up, assaulted. Right
I
now.
was just told to come to the studio.
Now, when you arrived at the studio, there were no words spoken. Nothing was said.
No.
It was also said that Black Rhino, the prefect in the camp, was beaten, which he denied, and he publicly announced he was leaving. But Rhino clapped back and said it wasn't the beating, but his money was stolen by Vybz Kartel, and the exodus started right there. Where Da Vinci also followed suit, and some members were kicked out for various reasons. So with all that was going on, the Portmore Empire had now became a target for the police, who suspected that the crew was also involved in some kind of criminal activity. Vybz Kartel, the leader, was arrested at one point and released, but the authorities had now affixed their eyes on the Gaza movement. The crew was shaken up, but they were still holding their heads above the water until in September 2011, Vybz Kartel was arrested and charged for MUR, and Tommy Lee, one of his proteges, bust not too long after Vybz Kartel was incarcerated. After Rhino and Da Vinci departed, Popcorn was the first lieutenant, and he was one of them holding up the flag until he decided to leave and was well criticized by Gaza fans and Vybz Kartel, who called him a sellout. But at this time, Popcorn was trying to distance himself as far as possible from the Portmore Empire because of all that was going on. But he was a little bit too late because he was branded, and this had a negative impact on his career in Jamaica and some territories overseas where he had visa restrictions because of his affiliation with the Portmore Empire, alias Gaza. Tommy Lee followed suit, and by this time, the Portmore Empire was just a shadow of itself. So Vybz Kartel eventually shut down the movement from behind bars. So viewers and subscribers, tell me what you think about the Portmore Empire, who patterned the alliance movement and then run dancehall, but eventually they fell from grace. We've come to the end of another video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, those who haven't done so as yet. Also, please turn on your post notification bells. Whenever I make a new upload, you can be the first to be notified. Peace out, bless up. I'll definitely catch you in the next one.